Today I'm going to have a look at Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name on both the ROG Ally and Legion Go. Starting with some capture footage of the ROG Ally running at 1080p, and for all of these I'm running it at the low preset with FSR 2.1 on quality, as this gets the best balance on gameplay overall. You'll see that the ROG Ally at 1080 is not quite holding a full 60 frames per second, but even with the Force 30 watt mode with power plugged in, you do notice that both on the ROG Ally and the Legion Go that it doesn't seem to utilise the full 30 watts. Now I'm not quite sure what's causing this, but I did see this on both the ROG Ally and Legion Go as well. Holding it around the mid 50s for the most part on the ROG Ally, especially in combats and some of the cutscene bits and pieces, special moves, it is holding firm in that mid to high 50s most of the time. Now it does dip into the 40s occasionally, but this is very minor. Now one of the points that I hear a lot about the Legion Go speakers versus the ROG Ally, this is why I want to show this off a little bit. With our new sound profile, the Legion Go does sound a bit better, but the ROG Ally is definitely a bit bassier. But with those top firing speakers on the Legion Go, the sound does sound a little bit just different overall. The ROG Ally's front facing. Overall though, they are not too dissimilar now. As we look at some on-screen footage side by side of the Legion Go, we really do see the difference of that 8.8 inch screen of the Legion Go. It is absolutely insane. And as we put the on-screen footage side by side as well, you'll see that there really isn't much in it as far as the quality and the actual performance goes. Now if you don't have the counters up, it's quite difficult to tell these apart, but I will say that the Legion Go quality on the on-screen does make quite a difference. Again, as we come to the Legion Go 1200p, this does seem to push the 30 watts a little bit better, but because we're running at 1200p not 1080, we are still in those mid to high 50s at the 30 watt mark. Due to a bug with the Legion Go space right now, it does keep dropping back down to 25 watts if you don't have it plugged in from the start when you turn that mode up. Now you can run 1600p at 20 watts and 30 watts on the Legion Go, but you are only going to get around 30 to 40 frames per second on this one. Even with the full 30 watt mode, it doesn't really hold or go above 40 frames per second too much. But if you do want that clarity, you will also need to bring the FSR2 down to balanced, which is what you're seeing now. But it is possible to play it at 1600p, but you are going to want that power source close. As we come to 720 on the ROG Ally at 20 watts, I have got a fixed mode here because obviously we've only got the 15 watt mode standard. So to balance them both out, I've got a custom 20 watt profile on the ROG Ally. And at 720, we do hold over 60 most of the time with that low preset and FSR 2.1 quality modes. It does go a bit higher when we are out and about and walking around. It does hit over 100 frames per second in some areas, but obviously you are going to want to cap this at 60 frames per second. And we do start to see a bit of that blurriness at 720 when it's being upscaled. 900p is still the sweet spot for the ROG Ally, I feel. But when we look at the Legion Go with the 800p, I think this is because it balances the screen a little bit more on a heftier ratio of 50%. It just does look a bit cleaner on that screen now. Again, it may be because the screen is just larger. Do take a bit more of a hit on those quality settings. We can't run it with no FSR. We only hit around 50 frames per second, so we'd still need that FSR 2.1 quality. And then we are similar to the ROG Ally once again, with around 70 to 80 frames per second in battles. And it doesn't quite hit 100 as we're roaming around on the streets, but it's really negligible performance difference between the two. Now we are still on the older drivers for the Legion Go, so we hope we'll see some better performance for this when we get the newer drivers in the next week or so. But overall, this is performing fantastically well with the Xbox Game Pass version on both the Ally and Legion Go, so you will not be disappointed no matter which device that you play this on. But I do have to admit that the Legion Go screen is just that little bit better. If you are using headphones or anything else, then you are not going to notice that speaker difference too much. And let us know in the comments below what device you're playing this on. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.